in, everyone. And you're on Bookkeepers on Fire, and I'm here with Debbie Kilsheimer. I'm Donna Reed. And when Debbie finds a journal entry that just says fix later, dated 3 years ago, she doesn't get mad. She gets that look, half delighted, half personally offended. And that's the thing about the accounting industry. Underneath the spreadsheets, there are actual people with actual personalities, and we built Bookkeepers on Fire to prove it. So settle in. Let's talk about the stuff that actually keeps bookkeepers and accountants up at night. We have a phenomenal guest today, Lori Sughroue,
Sughroue.
self-proclaimed.
We promised how to say
it. Sughroue, thank you so much. I knew I was going to go there. Anyway, she's a self-proclaimed best damn accountant and wife, which means she balances your books and someone else's whole life, and only one of those says thank you. So sit down, stand up, lie on the floor, but just be in a position to receive this. Now let's kick off that conversation. Deb?
Well, I'm so excited. Thanks, Donna. I'm so excited Lori's here. Lori and I have been friends for how long, Lori?
I would say close to 10, 15 years anyway.
15 years? I mean, we met at a conference, probably scaling. Because how many scalings have you gone to?
I think 10.
10. Okay. Yeah, we were just
not consecutive years.
Okay. When was your first? Do you remember your first one?
It was maybe 2013.
Where was it?
Orlando, when it was at Disney World when we had to ride the tram.
Oh, I love that one.
Between classes.
Where did you stay? Did you stay at the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, or the Contemporary?
I don't remember. I want to say Polynesian, but I don't remember.
I stayed at the Grand Floridian because I knew that I would never go there myself. So I thought, I get to stay at the Grand Floridian. That was great. Yeah, we got on the monorail every morning and went. A lot of people didn't like that. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I'm a big Disney girl. So, I mean, not as big as Donna, but
I would love to know was that somewhere.
And so
Cindy,
Cindy from Bookkeeping Buds. She moved to Orlando. Those of you that don't know, we talk about her all the time, just so she could watch the fireworks from the back of her house. And I don't know if you know this, but she does this because I've stayed with her. She sits in the back and she opens up her phone and she plays the music as the fireworks are going on. It's the full experience, man. She's pretty amazing. Yeah, I know. She's amazing. So, and you're a bookkeeping bud too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And we're in Reframe Society together.
We are.
And then we went to the Right Tools retreat together. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was
we didn't
a
have
year
one
ago.
Huh? Yes, we didn't have one this year. I realized the other day. I loved the place. Did you like the place? Yes, it was very nice.
Where did you stay? Did you stay in the main building or did you stay in one of the offsite?
One of the offsite, kind of off to the side of where we had all of our meetings, and that building, like next to the office, the gift shop, and all that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was great. It was just a fabulous place. It was hot though. Remember how hot it was?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the pool at all? I went to the pool after every day. That was fun.
I don't think I made it to the pool.
It was fun, but it was a great time at Right Tools, and that was just about a year ago.
Yes, it was July last year.
And you bring your husband with you.
I do.
And he likes it?
He does. He is an attorney, but he's also in the finance world. So we talk a lot about whatever it is we're working on. So it's nice to
cool.
It's nice to have a different perspective.
So if you get a lawyer question, he can answer it for you. So we know who to call. Just call Lori up's husband. He might be able to help us.
Absolutely. He'd take your call.
That's right. That's right. Now, what's really exciting, you live in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you spend your winters?
Mexico, the other M.
Now, and tell us about that. That's kind of exciting. What made you decide to go there? How long are you there? How do you work from there? We want to hear all about that.
Well, it started in 2010. We went with friends who invited us to go for a week in November. And we did that for a few years. And Patrick and I are in a later in life relationships, let's just say. So like we weren't married when that all started. So he finally decided after 11 years of dating that he was ready to get married, but I didn't know that. And we already had a trip booked for February that year for a week. We were just going to go by ourselves. And then he asked me to marry him. So that turned into our honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
So while when we were there, we got ready to come home, like 15 minutes before our taxi's supposed to come, we extended for a second week. First time I'd ever spent more than a week anywhere on vacation. So we had 2 weeks and it was heaven, absolutely heaven. So from there, we started extending. Like we'd add a day or two here, or we added a week on the front end one time, or then we might extend a couple days at the end. We just keep making it longer. So this, in 2026 winter, we spent 2 months. It was a test to see if we could actually work for that long and be gone. And I did it in January, which I'd never been able to travel in January.
And okay, now understand, everybody. Lori's an accountant, and what is hell month for us of all the worst months of the year? Which is the worst month?
January.
January, and you did it in January. So how did that work out for you?
It was awesome. It was, I mean, it was, even though I was working pretty much all day, every day, it was nice to see the sunshine, because Michigan in winter is very gray and very cold and very snowy, and just even the days when the weather is not bad, it's just gray. There's no sunlight. So it was just nice to look outside, and often days started with a walk on the beach, and we'd go get our coffee and then come back and start our day.
Now, did
And
you
then the
have
day
to
might
do anything differently with working, you know, away from your home office in another country with like Wi-Fi? What did you have to do? Anything differently, or it's just, you know, I didn't feel any different other than I could look at the sun every day.
Well, contrary to what a lot of people think about Mexico, I've found that their services, a lot of them are better than they are here. So Wi-Fi, not really an issue. Even when it is an issue, the places we've stayed, the owners have been very responsive in resolving it. But what I did this year, maybe a year or two ago, I bought portable monitors that fold up so that I can still have my 3 monitors and work very efficiently.
So it doesn't feel different than working at your home office.
Not really.
Other than you can see the sun.
I don't have my comfy chair, but
well, we can fix that. I'm sure they have comfy chairs in Mexico.
I actually found somebody willing to store, if I can find a desk and a chair that I want to keep there. They said they would store it for me. So that's my next move.
See, there's always a way.
There is.
There's always a solution, and there's always a trade-off when you travel and do it. The screens are getting much better. Those foldable screens now are awesome.
Yes. I have a really nice setup, and more than one person is like, "Where did you get that? I need that."
I have a triple screen too for my lap, but mine's really heavy. Do you know which model you have?
I can send you the link.
Okay.
I got it on Amazon, and mine is configurable. So like when you look at the ad for it, it looks like it's wrapping around your laptop, but mine you can take apart. And so I got my extra ones stacked on top of each other with my laptop next to it. And my laptop's on a riser because I don't use the keyboard. I take my own keyboard. So it's up at a higher.
Cool. Now, are you a Mac girl or a PC girl?
PC.
I'm tempted to get a Mac because Hector uses one and he seems to love it. But you know, I don't know.
My next purchase will be a Mac. I will not go back. The next one will be a Mac.
Oh, now why are you picking a Mac, Donna?
Why? Because the way I've seen people use it, it just flows better with. I do a lot of editing and producing, and that all flows better. Really, that all flows better.
I've heard that about Macs, that they're better for that kind of thing. But at this point, I think it's too late in my career to rewire my brain.
It keeps you young.
Well, the other thing that I like
about
it, I'm left-handed, and Macs are built for left-hand.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know that.
PCs are right hand. Mac, you have to look on the left side, and PCs are built on the right side.
I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Little Bookkeepers on Fire trivia
That's
for you
what
there.
I think. That's how my brain is justifying everything.
Okay.
So, but for me, I'm left-handed, and I noticed the action sides were the left side.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now, when you go to Mexico, do you stay in a resort? Do you like do an Airbnb? Where do you stay?
It's more of an Airbnb type setup.
So do you go back to the same place every year, or do you have to find a new place to stay?
We could stay at the same place, but as our length of visits have gotten longer, we've looked for bigger places.
So you're going 3 months in 27. How long are you gone
Yes.
for? And then 28. How long are you going to be gone?
I don't think it'll be any longer than that, but I don't
That's
know.
enough. Do you miss Michigan when you're there for 3 months?
No, but I miss my family.
Yeah, that's always the tough part, missing your family. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
they come down to visit?
They have not in the past, but since we're going to be there for 3 months, we rented a house that has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So I'm like telling them, you've got to come down. So we'll see.
Well, we'll find out where you are. Maybe Donna and I will visit.
You can do that.
What do you think, Donna?
A hard press to get me into Mexico right now.
Yeah.
A hard press.
Why?
I think it would be great. You know, I've never been to Mexico, other than maybe stopping on a cruise ship at Cancun.
What part? Oh, actually, what part of Mexico are you in?
South of Cancun. It's a
Oh,
little fishing
okay,
village.
that side.
Little
Okay.
fishing village.
Okay.
It's an easy
Oh, I
flight
could do
for
that.
us.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour and 20-minute flight from either Chicago or Detroit.
Yeah.
So when do you leave? Do you leave
Same
right after
time
New
zone.
Year's? Right after New Year's?
We're leaving January 5th this year.
Okay. Well,
Well, next year.
And no one will know you're there, right? When you work
No.
with,
No.
they have no idea.
Well, so before I started, well, I've started and stopped
Oh.
my business a couple of times, but when I was
Now
an
they do, by
employee
the way.
last, when I was last an employee, there was one year that we went to Mexico where my boss had said no more vacations in the first quarter of the year, and we were all working from home full time at that point. This might have been COVID. And I said to my husband, how would she know where I'm at?
Exactly.
So we did one trip when I was not authorized to go and work from there.
What you could
And I
have
even
done
did
is, are you in
I
your
even did
Michigan
Zooms
house
with her.
right now?
But you
Yes.
weren't on vacation. You were still working.
I
So
was working.
You just weren't in you were just in a different
Right.
location, but you were
You
still
could
working.
figure out. Take a picture
Yeah.
of your office, like right behind you, and then make a Zoom screen of that. And you're really looking at the Mexican Riviera. You know,
Yeah. Well, I'm not there anymore. So.
Yeah. That's cool. So when did you start your own business?
Which time?
I don't know. Tell us the most interesting time.
Well, in 2023 is when I started Sugar Beach Accounting. So I'm not going back from that.
Now, what makes you say that? That's interesting.
I've learned something from each experience I've had, and they've all been good in their own way, but I really like what I'm doing now. I feel like I'm making a big difference for clients.
Now, do you have any particular clients you like working with? Or is there an industry you like, or who are they?
They're all different. They're not even the same software.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
what software?
Software's never been an issue for me. I picked that up pretty easy. Other than Xero. Hate to say that on camera, but I just couldn't get there. But
so
anyway,
what do you use? What software do you use?
I have GPO, but I have a homeowners association that has their own sort of community software.
Cool.
Yes, so it works well for them.
Now, how big are you in AI? Because I know you're in Reframe to me, and you're always putting in the chat all the AI stuff you do. So tell us how big you are in AI.
I like it a lot. It helps me do a lot of analysis, but I've also played around with building dashboards and projections and things that are a little more complicated. I actually, well, I was in Mexico this last year, was using Lovable, was trying to build my own sort of project management dashboard. Um, got a great start on it, but then I got so busy with work that I never made it back to it. But I'd like to finish that.
Yeah, these people with Lovable, I know, like I met Olga Hurtado last week, and she's talking about
Mhm.
Lovable. Debbie, you got to use
Mhm.
Lovable. I'm like, okay, a lot of people, I'm here. If you hear it like 2-3 times, you got to check it
Mhm.
out. So what does Lovable do?
Um, it's been months since I've even looked at it, but it will do a lot of what I do in Claude, but it can also build a dashboard that you can host out online, I think is what was the goal, what I was going to do. Seems to be like there's a lot of things you could do with it. Your website, I was going to have it look at my website and rebuild it. Never got to
Well,
it.
it's funny,
But
AI is supposed to make us work less. I'm working more.
you get
Well,
more
there's so
projects,
much now.
more things
Yeah.
that you want to do with it.
I know, it's like, so you like Claude, that your favorite?
It is. Yes.
And so
I was using ChatGPT, but once I started using Claude, I I think a month or so ago, I just canceled chat because I hadn't used it in months.
So do you have your own skill? Do you create your own skills in Claude? Do you have projects? How do you, so give someone that's never used Claude how they should start using it.
Just start. First of all, just start. Just start talking or typing into it what you're thinking. One of the best um, hints, I guess, that I heard, I think it was Carlos who said, interview me. And so I think about my husband who he puts this, I call him a epistle. He'll put this big long description about what he wants. And he'll put everything in there about what he wants. And then it spits out what he wants. So I'm like, well, wait a minute, just give it the scenario and then let it interview you so that you're not directing the traffic or the design so much. I don't know if he's listened to me or not, but sometimes sometimes he does.
Did you
But
have it
that was it.
interview you? When it interviewed you,
I
what
did.
did you find out?
So I try to remember to tell it, okay, this is what I want to do, and not tell it anymore, because then it actually will start interviewing. You'll start asking questions like, what direction do you want this to go? And I'll give you choices, A, B, C, or D is usually, or something else, and then you can put something else in. So it's great, and that's how I started. Is just putting anything in there, and now I even say, well, I don't know what to make for dinner. I've got these leftovers. Can you come up with a, a recipe? Or I'm hosting a dinner party and this is kind of the theme I want. What do you suggest? And it's been awesome. I mean, you can,
You could use it for everything. It's like,
yes.
I love it. I mean, I do the same thing with how do you cook pork chops so they're not dry? You know,
I
or
did it to prepare for this meeting.
oh yeah, like what did you ask it?
I said, I'm really nervous about this. I don't know what we're going to talk about. This is what they told me, is that they start asking questions about me, who I am, and what I like about what I do and whatever. And so I put that in there. And so it came up with 3 different topics and where I wanted to go, asked me where I wanted to go with each of them.
Okay, so are we on track with what Claude says, or are we off the mark?
No, we have not started. The beginning was, how did I get started?
That's the human part. We are humans in the lead.
But it's good. I mean, we do get nervous about stuff. Just this morning, how many people use PayPal? Well, clients. So I said, I'm really sick of this PayPal stuff. So I actually started with Claude. If I send you this, can you make the sales receipts, the expenses, the transfers, the deposits, all of that into one file? If I upload the chart of accounts, the vendor list, the customer list, can you do that? I said, because I don't know where to begin. And it kept asking me questions. So then it made a scale go, oh, I need this. finally I said, all right, now that you have that, how do I use that every month? Okay, next month, do this. I went, oh, I spent, 30 minutes telling Claude what I wanted. It figured out what to do, came up with the skill, created it. I said, okay, now what do I do with this skill? He goes, just save it. It knows where to put it. Okay. It's okay. And then I said, so how do I use this next month? Just say this. Oh, okay. Upload all right. Okay, cool. So,
Yes.
but I asked it. I didn't know how to do it because I think before we always had to know how to do it before we could get any output.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can just ask it, okay, I don't know how to do it. Tell me what to do. And
Or if it says something that you don't understand, just ask for clarification and it tells you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, do
love
you like to watch TV? Do you like to watch TV? Movies?
Yes. In the evening, usually my husband and I will spend maybe an hour or two each night. Watch it, an episode or two of something or a movie. That's our kind of our.
Now, do you ask Claude what the plot is and who the actors are and what's actually going on here?
No. Well, sometimes I sit there on my phone when he's not paying attention.
That's what I say. Okay, tell me the plot of this movie. Who's this guy? What other things has he appeared in? Because I want to do something else on my phone. I have my earplugs in, one earplug, so I can hear if Hal talks to me. I can watch my iPad, but I can answer his questions. But
I'll do take a picture of an actor, like I know who he is. What show was he on? I'll take a picture and ask AI.
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? What was he in?
Isn't that fun? You ever meet somebody? I met somebody. I was in BJ's the other day, and this guy looked like an actor. So I said, may I take your picture? He goes, sure, why? But I said, you look like an actor, and I can't think of his name. So I took his picture, I sent it up, and it came back, and I said, yes, that guy. He goes, you think I look like him? Yeah. So, of course, all the clerks come around. Yeah, you do look like him. And there was a guy in OnPay that was on the OnPay booth. I swear to God, Michael, his name is. And I walked up to him, I said, you look like Dave Bautista. I do? Yeah. So I took his picture, and I took Dave. Look, doesn't he look like Dave Bautista? So now they all tease him at OnPay that he looks just like Dave Bautista. I said, tell Mike hi. We're going to call him Dave. He looks, I swear to God, he looks just like Dave Bautista. But it's fun to do that. I had one time I was at Women Who Count last year, and somebody was asking me about AI. She had all the they have all the ribbons and all the stuff people like to wear. I said, well, you look like Miss America. And she goes, oh, I'd love to be Miss America. I said, hold on. And I took her picture and I said, chat, make her look like Miss America with the sash, the crown, the wave. And I said, you want to look like that? And I held up the camera to, oh my God, can you send me that? So,
what's that app that you use, Deb, for pictures and stuff?
Well, I used to use Nano Banana, but now Chat does it just fine. I use Chat now. I use Chat for all my images. And what's cool is you can say, I want an image. Like the other day, I said, I want a claymation image of me sleeping with an alarm clock. I put in the colors and all. Sure enough, I said, make sure my glasses are on top of my head. It did it. It's just, what do I do in my spare time? I just have fun doing that, But I think AI is fun, but it's great for business.
Mm-hmm.
But it becomes fun.
Yes.
So have you been in the accounting world for your whole life?
I learned bookkeeping when I was 16. I worked for another family that the wife was doing all of their bookkeeping, and she wanted a break, and I was looking for a job, and she taught me.
So you fell in love with it right away?
I did. I mean, I've always liked math. I always thought I wanted to be a CPA until I worked in the CPA office. So I'm like, nope, not going there.
So what was it about working there that made you not want to be a CPA?
Working there at the CPA office?
Yeah.
Their hours. Tax season's just grueling.
I know.
No, I need a life.
And I think that, do you think that if you became a CPA, that you would run a tax firm differently? Because I think they could run it differently. They don't have to have that grueling schedule.
Yes. And
You know,
maybe do it to themselves. Just take less
exactly.
clients or whatever.
Exactly. I think that's the problem. They think that, I think they wear it as a badge of honor that how hard they work during tax season. And
Well, the
then,
big firms are
yeah, they
awful.
track
Not
every
all of them. Yeah, not all. I know many CPA that run firms that don't do that anymore. I mean, they've come up in it, but they're like, this is so stupid.
stupid.
Like, let's just, yeah. Why are we doing
But
this?
those are
We're killing
smaller
our
firms. Were
people.
you at a big firm there, Lori?
No, no. I was in a small firm and it was still crazy.
Nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that if they would they complain they can't find people that want to be accountants. Well, why would I want to do that? Knowing the hours they keep and the pressure that they have, make it a job that's really fun. Like I think the three of us have done. We make a difference in people's life. We're still doing accounting, but I find it
Mhm.
fun.
Yes. Yes.
And I get paid pretty good, right? Because you're good at
Right.
pricing.
I'm getting a lot better at it.
So how are you getting better at it?
I'm listening to all the experts, Hector, Carlos, Joe Woodard before that. Just, believing in myself
Yeah.
that I'm worth it.
Exactly. That's the
Yes.
biggest thing, believing you're worth it.
Yes.
So how did you change
Um,
the belief in yourself so you feel you're worth it?
when I went to Reframe the first time, so 2 years ago, I went there for the sole purpose of just being able to communicate better because I get nervous, I get tongue tied, stage fright, all of those things.
Can't tell.
And I went there for that sole purpose. And on the last day, stood up and shared a little bit about myself, got a little weepy about it, but it gave me so much more confidence. And I've just clung to that.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Because I've always thought you're pretty fabulous.
Aw, thanks.
You know.
Because I admire you.
Oh, but thank you. But
It's a
I was
mutual
like,
admiration society.
that's right. Because you always have such great things to say. Like we're in chat together or whatever, like a Zoom. You always your comments are really insightful and good. I'm like, oh, I always like to hear what you have to say.
And I like to hear your humor.
Yeah, I'm always telling jokes.
But you're just you put people at ease, but with your humor.
Well, thank you.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, I love when I see you at conferences, and I think your husband is adorable. He's very nice. Those of you that don't know him,
Yeah.
I wish
People tell us we're cute.
He doesn't complain like Hal does it. I take him to a conference. I've learned don't take Hal to conferences.
Aw.
But anyway, we're at time already. Can you believe it? This 30 minutes went by zippity doo dah.
Thank you, ladies.
So we always ask one question. What's the big thing you would tell somebody listening, or you inspire somebody that you've learned over the years? What would you like to tell somebody?
I'm going to stick with believe in yourself.
And that's something we work on every day,
That's
isn't it?
Yep.
And how do you do that? How do you actually do that?
Whew. How do we do that? You just got to have some inner strength, I think. And even when on the tough days, keep going.
Right. Now you are a member of Bookkeeping Buds. So
Yes.
does community help?
Absolutely. Yes. The communities are.
You're very active in that too. You're active in Reframe, Bookkeeping Buds. So even though you're shy, which I don't believe.
Well, up until about a year ago, I was leading a local networking group where I was doing this kind of thing where I was leading it. And that forced me out of my shell.
Good. See,
yes.
That's great. You give people hope that say that I'm too shy. No, you're not. You can do it. You can do it.
You just got to do it. Do
the
things that
are. Thank you
for
coming today. This has been really fabulous. And keep your doors open for Mexico because I might just surprise you.
All right. Let me know.
Yeah. Okay, Donna, sign us off.
All right.
All right, and that's our show today. Thanks to Lori for sitting down with us. If you walked away rethinking everything, that's the point. To every bookkeeper and accountant out there keeping the lights on and the auditor's way, we see you. We are you. Go feel proud, confident, and seen. We only ask that you subscribe, share, like, and send this to a friend. And join us every Tuesday at the same time. And until next time, keep the books clean, the boundaries cleaner, and remember, every time curiosity solves the problem before software does, an angel gets its wings. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful week.
Thanks again, Laura.
Thank you.